Hey, kids. I know that nobody's on here yet, but let's see what's going on. Let's see how things go. Let's see what happens. You know what? Let's see how many people join up. Hey, how you doing? Go forth, share info with people and tell them to come and join us. I've heard very little when it comes to the Gabby Petito, Brian Landry. I'm going to say Landry. That's the way I'm pronouncing it, and if nobody likes it, they can eat my ass. I've heard some. I'll admit I haven't really been following Landry, whatever. I don't give a shit. I'll admit I haven't heard a whole hell of a lot with regards to this, just because I have been I've been buried under a mountain of fucking paperwork. I'm going to be honest. Between my master's and working full time at a law firm, I just haven't really been doing a whole lot of keeping abreast of things. Haven't really been paying attention. Just because I'm doing good fucking getting through every goddamn day. I mean, it's been kind of difficult. Ooh, another person. Let's see. Hey, Casey, how's the job and family? Okay, so I don't know how many people know this. I don't care if people know this. So when COVID hit, my mother passed away the week before COVID hit. So we pulled my oldest daughter out of traditional school, obviously, for mourning. And the younger three were being homeschooled already by their dad. And then COVID hit. And I was like, kids bring home the fucking plague anyway. No thanks. So we decided to go ahead and homeschool all the younger kids, and my ex-husband is the one doing that because he doesn't have to work for a living. He's a wounded veteran, so they're mainly staying with him, and they're doing great. They're doing so good in school. I'm so proud of them. Like, oh my God, they're all just doing fantastic in school, and I'm just so proud of them. And my older two boys are doing great. My little granddaughter just turned 4 yesterday. I have a 4-year-old granddaughter. Oh my God. The new job is going fucking amazing. Oh my God. I can't even tell you guys. Like, it is amazing working with people that actually fucking believe in my abilities. You know, the last boss I had was kind of a douche canoe. And I was like, you just said that out loud. But my current boss and all the people I work with are just amazing. I've been learning so much, like so much. I did not get into law school this round, but that's normal. You rarely get into law school the first fucking go around. So biding my time, baby, biding my time. Let's see. You're right. Can't believe I got a 4-year-old grandkid. So I'm doing this live at the specific request. I know I look like shit. You know, I had a long day at the office. I came home from work and I just turned into a slug on the couch. And then my friend Reen was going crazy about this YouTuber talking about the Gabby Petito case. And so I boogied on over to the live that this YouTuber was doing, and I was like, oh my shit. What the fuck is this? They're spending more time talking about the bullying in their chat room than they are about the actual case and what happened. I absolutely believe that this girl was murdered. Were you dropped on your head? Of course she was murdered. 23-year-old girls don't just drop dead when they're healthy. You crack baby. Aw, thanks. So I'm just, yeah, like, okay, so I don't know a whole hell of a lot about the Gabby Petito case. Do me a favor and, you know, spread this live link across your social media. Let's get a discussion going, because I actually haven't been paying a whole lot of attention to the Gabby Petito case. I had finals week last week, working at the new job, and, you know, like, holy Christ, fuck monkey. It has been insane. The amount of work that I've been doing. My boss is giving me basically the kind of work that they typically give people that a first-year associate, which is typically what you are when you first graduate law school. And that's what he's handing me. And I'm knocking it out of the park every time. But whew, I feel like I'm having fucking kittens every time I go into work, because there's always a new project that's like, I never did Lamaze. I just pushed a kid out. I don't know what to tell y'all. So I haven't really been paying attention to the Gabby Petito case. But what little I do know is cause for speculation. Okay. All right. So here's the thing. I know that she was a social media personality. She was doing this trip across country to make content for her channel, and she was actually making decent money at it. I understand that her boyfriend, fiance, boyfriend, whatever the fuck he was, went with her on this trip. But from what I understand, he wasn't very supportive. Now, baby girls, my honeys, my loves, understand this. I look exhausted. Holy shit. I'm going to have to freshen up or something. Understand this. If your significant other is not supportive of your stuff, of your dreams, of your anything, who gives a shit? If he's not supportive of your fucking love of pumpkin spice, lose his ass. Because okay, look, this ties in beautifully to a dating experience I just had. Okay, so I started talking to this guy, right? We went on a few dates. And at one point, he texts me in the middle of the day, asks me, what do you prefer, strawberries or peaches? Weird fucking question for the middle of the afternoon. But peaches. I actually don't like strawberries very much unless they're covered in chocolate. And he's like, well, do you have any like peach or fruity smelling body lotion or perfume? And I was like, no, what the fuck am I, 14? I prefer more warm scents, you know, vanilla, almond. My perfume right now is actually a gift from my cousin for Mother's Day. She gave me Marc Jacobs Dot. She's a bougie bitch. Or at least it's bougie. I don't fucking know. I don't know designers. I don't know anything. And I was like, no, I prefer more warm scents. And he tells me, well, but I prefer fruity. Bitch, then go fuck a pie. What the fuck are we talking about here? What do you want me to say to that? I'm happy for you. And he tells me, well, I think I'm going to buy some peach lotion from when you're over at my place. You work night shift. Okay. I'm not going to be at your place often enough to fucking use it. And let me tell you something, baby girls, it is never, ever just about peach lotion. Ever. Because sure enough, shortly after that, a couple days later, I didn't text him right away in the morning. And at about 9:30, he sends me a text that says, tap, 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 hello, good morning. And I'm like, bitch, do you realize I wake up at 6 a.m.? I do a half an hour on that treadmill. I get in the shower, I get ready for work, and then I have to drive 20 minutes to get to the office. I have to open the office. I have to get the shit ready for the day. I don't got time to be texting you good morning every fucking morning, bitch. So, later on in the day, I go home and I decide to re-dye my hair. It's time to freshen up. And I wasn't responding fast enough. And I was like, oh, sorry, I was dyeing my hair. And he's like, oh, what color did you dye it? I was like, oh, I was just freshening it up. He's like, good, I prefer it red. Because I had been talking about wanting to let it grow out. I was like, and your point is fucking what? And then he tells me, mind you, we've been on 2 dates at this point. We have not seen each other every day or anything. 2 dates. And he tells me, well, do you ever do anything different with it? Curl it or style it at all? Listen here, Mr. Motherfucker. We've been on 2 dates. 2, count them, dos. All right? You've seen me a total of twice. You don't know if I typically style my hair. You don't know how I typically style my hair. You know exactly shit nothing about me. So you don't like my perfume. You don't like my lotion. Now you don't like how I style my hair. Where the fuck does this end? I can already see the writing on the wall. So I let him know I'm not changing who I am. I am just now 3 years out of a toxic marriage, remembering who the fuck I am and what I like. And I'm not changing that for anybody. Anybody. I don't give a fuck. Even if it's something so simple as peach motherfucking lotion. Jack off with it if it makes you fucking happy. And this man, it went out. This man proceeded to block me on all social media. Yeah, that was some toxic shit waiting to happen. My bullshit-o-meter is getting finely tuned. But I tell you all of this to tell you that. It is never just about peach lotion. It is never about, babe, stop doing your blog so we can spend time together, so we can go on this hike, so we can do this, so we can do that. It's never just about that. It is always something deeper. Red flags are like cockroaches, honey. They're like cockroaches. For every one you see, there's 10 more hiding in the fucking walls. All right? Understand this now. This shit needs to get disseminated quickly before any more young people die for love. I ain't never loved nobody so much that I don't got an escape hatch. Let's see. Please look into Kylan Schulte and Crystal Turner in Moab. People want to connect the two, but so unlikely. They need as much exposure as possible. The women were raped and murdered August 13th and August 21st. Okay, well, you know the policy. Ring, you gotta link me. Damn, girl, you already got me on here when I don't know shit, nothing about the fucking case. What you want from me? Come on now. And I would like to point out, okay, when my friend told me to check out this other YouTuber, I would like to point out, you don't see a super chat on my shit because I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this because I honestly believe in what I do. And I actually work in the criminal justice system. I don't do this shit for money. I don't have my shit set to subscribers only. I have the balls to sit here and be insulted, because I get it a lot still. You think y'all have fucking learned by now. When the person you have vowed to love, honor, and cherish calls you disgusting 3 days after you've given birth to their son, everybody else's insults just don't hit the same. Get the fuck over yourselves. Jesus fuck. But also, unlike this other YouTuber, I actually work in this system in the criminal department. That's all I do all fucking day long is handle criminal cases, process criminal evidence, and try to help the attorney I work directly under figure out crime scenes, autopsy reports. For fuck's sake, the man the other day comes into my office and tells me, "Hey, Casey, you want to watch a guy get shot? Come here." It was a very Oliver Platt, Three Musketeers moment. "Come, D'Artagnan, we are saving the king." It was very, very strange. Not that I'm complaining. I love my job. Let's see. What do we got here? Yes, Isabel, I am most definitely back and I am pissed. Yeah, look. Okay, so from what I understand, she went missing in Wyoming. Then the boyfriend comes back driving her van. Mental fucking wizard driving her van to his parents' home in Florida. Fucking Florida. Ladies, don't date anybody whose home address is Florida. Really good advice. Every fucking time there's some weird ass shit in the news, it's a Florida man. And then the parents are enabling his ass. The fucking cops aren't making him talk. He's hiding behind his attorney. And now he's missing. This is a beautiful example of incompetence in our judicial system. Because quite frankly, they could have made him talk. It's called a subpoena. I don't know. Maybe that's just for fucking court cases that are already being prosecuted. But there are ways that they could have made him talk. I mean, probable cause alone should have been able to push that. All right. They could have gotten a warrant at the very least to interview him. Based off of the fact that he's driving her fucking van and it's parked in his parents' driveway. Just that alone. I can't think of a single fucking judge that wouldn't have signed off on that shit. Maybe I could. The one that let Brock Turner go free with a, maybe that jackass. Yes, you're damn right. This is a church's chicken. Fuck. I didn't want to cook. I was fucking tired, man. It was a rough week. Yeah, well, that fucking explains it, Kyle. Oh, Kyle. God damn. That's fucking great. Oh my God. That explains a lot. Panhandle. Oh, yeah. I lived up there. I lived in Jacksonville. I know that. I may not know this bitch, but trust me when I say I met this bitch. She's the one in the Winn-Dixie pissing and moaning about the price of creamed corn. Trust. Hey, Jeff. I've looked everywhere and haven't found anything other than his parents and a set of neighbors who even saw him at his parents' house. Doesn't matter. The fucking van was there. Why didn't they seize the van and dust the shit? His fingerprints had to have been all over the fucking thing. And plausible deniability does not apply in this case because that van was found without the registered owner in it. Ergo, Warrant right there. Do you like the ombre French manicure? I'm going to get it freshened up tomorrow, along with a pedicure, because god damn. I live in the desert now, folks. I'm wearing flip-flops. I had the biggest thing against flip-flops for years. And I'm like, I live in the desert. It is either flip-flops or I die. Oh, God. And don't even get me started on my office. We have a swamp cooler. So this happens. The floof happens. I can fucking spend 40 minutes in the morning straightening my hair and it still turns out looking like a poodle stuck her fucking tail in a light socket. It's bad. He's missing now, and his parents say he left on 9/14 to go hike. Yeah, they're going to find that boy with a bullet in his brain. Self-inflicted. Who wants to place their bets? I called it. He went off to kill himself, because I can guarantee a lot of the stuff that I have seen, just from like little articles here and there, what I can do to, read on my smoke breaks. Not that I get a whole lot of a chance, because even on my smoke breaks, my lawyer comes and finds me, gives me a laundry list of shit to do. Not that I'm complaining, Love you, lawyer man. But from what I understand, somebody saw him slapping her, arguing with her in the street. And when the cops did show up, of course, he used the age-old fucking abuser standby. Well, she attacked me. By the way, abusers, you do know that all y'all dumbass motherfuckers say the same shit, right? Like, y'all are following the same script and y'all think you're so slick. You're not. Get some new material, for fuck's sake. My God. You cannot push. Even if she did hit him, good for her. You cannot push a person. It's like I used to tell my ex-husband when he'd get pissed at me for not putting up with his shit. You can take the sweetest, most loving, little, adorable puppy in the world, and you can put it in a corner and start beating it. And sooner or later, that puppy is going to snap back, because it is called survival. That's the survival instinct kicking in. Abusers will beak it at you until you lash out, and then they'll tell you that you're the abusive one. And no, you're not. You are having a normal human reaction to an abnormal amount of bullshit. And that's okay. But instead of lashing out, walk. Just walk. Just leave. Don't have anything to do with them. Just don't. Nothing drives a narcissist more fucking crazy than not having an effect on you. Trust me, I know this to be true. Hey, Deanne, how you doing, baby? I knew that once I shot this shit out on Twitter, everybody would be like, oh my God. Okay, let's see. My question is, how the fuck did he get out? His parents are acting super weird. No shit, Rain, come on. Of course they're acting super weird. Their kid just committed a fucking murder, and they just found that out. I'm sure that he fed them so many lines of bullshit on what actually happened to her, why he was back with her car and not her. And parents, I know for myself, look, I love my boys. My older two sons, my oldest son just turned 21 this month. My middle son turns 20 in November. And I love my boys. I really do. I really, really do. I love them. They're great kids. They're great men. But that's not to say that they haven't shoved their head up their ass a couple times. And every fucking time they do, I know it to be true, but some small part of me still tries to convince myself that they didn't do the stupid, that it was all some kind of a mistake or whatever. And then sooner or later, I have to face the music. Nope, your kid's really a dipshit. Luckily, or, maybe just because they're awesome people, nothing as serious as this. But as a parent, you don't want to believe that of your child. And you will latch on to anything to stay away from that. And I can only imagine. Now, that's not to say that his parents didn't enable this shit. He wouldn't be like this if it wasn't for his parents. And I will bet you dollars to donuts that his daddy beats his mama or is emotionally and mentally abusive at the least. Because what do we know about abusers, folks? We know the cycle of abuse. We know that abusers are often either the product of a home where domestic violence is or former abuse victims, usually childhood trauma. Okay, so I can bet you dollars to donuts that daddy, I mean, he is a Florida man. Just saying. Yes, Florida, I'm fucking talking to you. What? Yeah, your state sucks. There, I said it. She said she'd hit him and said it was her fault. They deemed her the aggressor. That is actually normal in the abuse cycle. Girls, let me tell you something. There were quite a few times where I took the shit, where I took the blame, where I took it on myself, where I said something very fucking similar with my ex-husband. Shit, up until about a year ago, actually, if I'm honest. You know, you get so sucked into it, it literally alters your brain function. It literally changes how you process information. Okay? She was in survival mode. That's all I got to say about that. Let's see. The theory is they hid him somewhere or helped him leave, and neighbors saw them allegedly packing their camper and him the weekend after he got to Florida and took off for 3 days. Oh, okay. Well, you know, there you go. There you go. The only way they're gonna really have a chance of figuring out where the fuck he is to ping the parents' cell phones. I'm sorry to say, because these lovely little machines have tracking devices in them. Every last one of them. They have to get a warrant. They packed his snack bag and patted his wallet. Yep, pretty much. You know, oh, it's okay, son. We'll pick you up after school. Yeah, tell me about it, girl. I lived there for 2 fucking years. All right. I lived in Atlantic Beach, Florida. All right. Weirdest fucking place ever. And I'm saying that being a native Tausenia who is used to seeing the same girl riding her bicycle down the street wearing fairy wings every day. She worked in a law firm. She wore the wings inside. Fucking New Mexico. I love where I live. I thought they moved from New York to Florida. That's just as bad. And they took off to Orlando yesterday to meet their lawyer 2 hours away. He's a New York lawyer. Oh, Jesus. Yep. That definitely. Oh, dude, you know he works for La Cosa Nostra. Come on. Come on. They're playing like they're the fucking mafia. This is fantastic. I love it. I love it. Yeah, Deanne, fairy wings. So a few years back, 10, 15-ish, a hotel in my hometown was bought by this rich white fucking Texan. Go figure. And he changed the name to the Witten Inn. And you can actually Google this. You can Google this, the Witten Inn, Taos, New Mexico. And it'll pull up all these articles because he decided that if you were Spanish, you were not allowed to speak Spanish at work. And if you had a Spanish-like name, he was going to call you by your anglicized name. So if your name was Margarita, your name was now Margaret. If your name was Martin, it is now Martin. And he would not compromise on this. And it turned into this huge protest. Well, the AP, the Associated Press, caught wind of this, came down to Taos, and the girl on the bike with the wings apparently was notable enough that he put it in the article. And I'm like, what color were they? I could tell you what day of the fucking week it was. What, you don't have a fairy bitch running around your town? I feel sorry for you. They had a press conference scheduled and then canceled it. Of course they did. This is like the O.J. Simpson shit in slow motion. Only worse run than LAPD ever had it. Jesus fucking Jones, man. It's time for new glasses, folks. Mine are fucking scratched to shit. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow, I'm up to 21 viewers. Hot damn. Hey guys. I got talked into doing a live with regards to the Gabby Petito case just because apparently there's a couple of YouTubers running around trying to act like they're me, which I find hilarious. Nobody could ever be me. They're not fabulous enough. And while my hair is not fucking natural, at least it's not purple. Even though that is my favorite color, but I wear it better. And I have an actual education in criminal justice, unlike just claiming that I do. I'm happy to see you too, Deanne. Hey, Stacy, what's happening? Missing in minutes file reader. Huh, hello. Welcome. Oh, look, somebody left. Apparently, I pissed someone off. It took a half an hour for me to piss somebody off enough to leave? Wow, I'm losing my touch. Oh, Deanne, I don't got many oh folks moments tonight, sweetheart. Oh, rubber ducky. Okay. Hi, baby. I don't have very many oh folks moments right now. I'm currently working on the Mario Chavez case out of Albuquerque, and I did put in an IPRA request for the investigation file because I want to see what the fucking cops didn't turn over to the attorneys. I'm one of those motherfuckers. The beautiful thing is that I'm actually getting to really know Mario on a very good level. And, you know, this is the first time that I've worked a case in my own backyard, and I'm feeling very blessed and very fortunate to have something like this in my world. It's actually kind of funny. My boss was discussing the other day, we've got a few habeas petitions going at work. My boss was discussing the other day, putting me on those as well. So I was like, I don't think you understand. I already live here at the office. You're gonna have to put a cot in my office because I'm not gonna leave. My kids are staying with their dad for the foreseeable future. So I'll just let my apartment go and live here. Fuck. I already don't have a life. Let's see, Peanut, the two women, a married couple that were mentioned above, were murdered in the same area at the same time Gabby and Brian were there. People think he could possibly be involved in those murders too. It's possible, but I don't like speculation, folks. We know this. We know this. Let's not make accusations without foundation. Unless her autopsy comes back with a similar MO, we cannot tie those two cases together. We just can't. Not unless there ends up being his DNA on something. I'm sorry. I know you guys hate it. And I know that I am such a bummer with not allowing the conspiracy theories on so many levels. But conspiracy theories are just lazy thinking. You know this. You know this. You know me. We've been doing this, what? 6 years? 6 years? Jesus fucking Jones. Where's my anniversary party? You are the real MVP. Thank you, Deanne. I appreciate that. And you know what? I would like it noted that I put my money where my mouth is. And I went out and I got my degree. And now I'm getting my master's. And I'm waiting on my acceptance to law school. And while I'm at it, I am working in a litigation firm in the criminal department. I put my money where my mouth is. I know what I'm talking about. And if I don't know what I'm talking about, I will find it out, because any good lawyer knows that they don't know everything. That's why they have that giant thing of books in their office. Although these days we use an online resource. The books are just there for ambiance. But the online resource has the same shit in it. We know where to look for the information. Those of us that work in the legal field, we know where to find it. Never claimed I knew everything. Never claimed I was an attorney. But I did claim that I know what the fuck I'm talking about because I find out what I'm talking about before I open my mouth. Just saying. Let's see. Do you feel Brian is connected to the newlywed Moab murders? I don't know, Rubber Ducky. I don't know. I haven't seen enough. So what I'm going to need you to do is throw me a link. You follow me on Twitter, link me. And from what I understand, they were not in the exact same place. They were all in Moab. That's quite a geographical difference, guys. Okay. You know what? Let's do this real quick. Let's see what is the square mileage of Moab? $4.79 miles, 4.795. And if I recall correctly, wasn't Gabby found in Wyoming? Isn't that quite a ways away? Let's see. Hold on. Y'all are going too fast. Calm down. Prima facie needed. Thanks, Nate. Seems like there are a lot of missing people in that area recently, though. Yeah, it's called a serial killer. Maybe a couple. At any given moment, there is at least 20 serial killers operating in the United States at any given time. Most of them you don't hear about. Her autopsy will come back that he beat her to death as per Joe Walsh. Okay, but Joe Walsh is a TV personality. He's not an actual member of law enforcement anymore, so let's watch our sources, okay? Aw, thank you, Nate. I appreciate it. I started following your work during the Making Murder era ever since. And so many people want me to jump back on that, but I'm like, look, guys, they have help. They have help. I'm trying to help people that don't. Work with me. John Walsh, I knew what you meant. Today's nonsense. A YouTube recorded at the crime scene, a small ash pit beside the memorial. People are now theorizing she was burned in a tiny fire with powder ash. Do we have to have a refresher course on Mama's video of what a fire does to a human body? Do we remember? 3 weeks later with bits, the Emmy left. Wow, Casey, you sure did put your money where your mouth is. Congratulations with all your hard work and dedication. Glad you're on this case. I don't know if I'm on it or not, Cupcake. I mean, I work full-time at a law firm. Shit, more than full-time. I think this pay period alone, I'm hitting 94 hours in 2 weeks because I love my job, work most weekends, at least Saturdays. And then, you know, I've got about a week left on break before I start school again. Yo. I'm surprised I'm not a blithering idiot at this point. Ooh, okay. They were in the exact same building. Who was in the exact same building, Rubber Ducky? I need you to be a little more specific. And in what context? In what context? They were hanging out at store on one of the... Slow down when you type. They were hanging out at the store one of the victims worked at, and then were fighting in front of a store. His hotel was 8 minutes from the bar where the other girl worked. That's not enough. That's not enough. I'm sorry, but it's not. I need evidence. I need physical, tangible evidence. Brian and Gabby and Kylan the day before the girls are last seen. I feel Brian is a serial killer personally. Baby serial killer. Baby. Probably isn't going to get past where he is right now on the body count. Joe saw her body. Good for him. He gets a cookie. So did a bunch of other cops. Don't trust shit until you get that autopsy report. Trust me on this, okay? Mind you, Rubber Ducky, I look at autopsy reports every single day, okay? I read autopsy reports. I look at autopsy photographs. I look at crime scene photographs every single day. I don't trust anything until it is in an autopsy report, because let me tell you something. A lot of things can look like a lot of things. All right. Let's not forget the millions of people who bought the bullshit that Teresa Halbach was shot with a .22 rifle, when that fucking wound is so obviously blunt force trauma as to be sickening. Okay. A lot of things can look like a lot of things. And I don't trust anything until it's in the autopsy report. I just don't. Peanut. They were in the Moab area at the time of the couple's murders, as far as I understood. Okay, there. That's a little more clear. And happened to be seen in an altercation in front of the business where one of the women worked. Okay, but here's the thing, all right? You have to look at this logically. Did he have the time? Did he have the means? Did he have the opportunity? Means, motive, and opportunity are the trifecta. If you cannot place him physically at the scene of the deaths, speculation is useless. What we need to focus on now is what we know with regards to Gabby. He was the only person with her through the entirety of her journey. He drove home in her van without her. He was effectively the last person known to see her alive, and he had access to her cell phone. That all places him at the scene. We don't have anything like that for these other two women, at least that I'm aware of. Okay, hold on, slow down, guys. People wonder because they probably crossed paths and he enjoyed books about serial killers. That's your evidence? That's your evidence. He enjoyed books about serial killers. Hold on, guys. You're making me bust out half of my library here. He enjoyed books about serial killers? That's your evidence. Really? Jack the Ripper case file. Obsession, written by John Douglas, one of the founding members of the FBI's BAU. The Killer of Little Shepherds, about a serial killer in France in the 1800s. The Crime Classification Manual. The Cases That Haunt Us. Crime and Punishment by Cesare Beccaria. Another one by John Douglas. The Cadaver King and the Country Dentist. Compulsion. The Killer Across the Table. Another one by John Douglas. Carl Panzram's book that he wrote. The most prolific serial killer in U.S. history up to Samuel Little, and the definitive guide, American Serial Killers, the Epidemic Years 1950 to 2000. And that's only a little part. That's only this little bookshelf that I've got next to my desk. That doesn't count the bookshelf in my bedroom. That doesn't count the bookshelf next to my television. That doesn't count the two bookshelves next to my couch. I have the book. Let's see. Of course, it's not up there. Is it? No. I have the book. Oh, look, it's right here. Oh, look, another one on Jack the Ripper. Sexual Homicide Patterns and Motives. This is the book done by the FBI on the study they did on serial killers, the first study ever done on serial killers. Being interested in serial killers is not evidence. Have we cleared that up? She wasn't burned. John saw her body and slipped when angry and said Brian was a coward and beat the 90-pound girl to death. He could be wrong, Rubber Ducky, is what I'm saying. I'm not buying anything until I see the autopsy report. Sorry, Rhiannon. I'm calling you Reen. Is that a problem? Love you, darling. No fire, Wyoming this time of year. Please, Rangers would be all over you. For real. Paralegal was one of my dream jobs. So do it, Nate. Do it. I'm pushing. I'm turning 40 at the end of this year. Literally, New Year's Day is my 40th birthday. Do it. You'll be much happier. Night, Deanne. Have a good night at work, babe. With the Hallbach case, I don't know if I would trust the autopsy report either. Well, that's just it. The autopsy report was actually kind of informative. Yeah, because it was done. I think it wasn't at the coroner, the medical examiner that wasn't let onto the property that actually, well, there wasn't much to do on the autopsy anyway. I mean, autopsy is really only useful if you have soft tissue to go off of. With bones, you can tell some stuff, but it's better if you have soft tissue. He was in a motel across the street. Okay, so was a bunch of other people. What's your point? They both enjoyed true crime. Thank you, Rhiannon. I appreciate that. Better? I enjoy serial killer stories. Don't come for me. Seriously, if anybody close to me dies, I'm so fucked. I'm reading right now Murder of a Medici Princess, for fuck's sake. Had a boom specifically about missing women? Not understanding. A book. Okay. So do art about criminal law, Nate. Jeez. Do I have to think of everything? Come on. I was answering you regarding your question if they were in the same location, had access and opportunity. I said means, motive, and opportunity. Location and opportunity kind of go in the same category. Means doesn't just mean did he have the weapon. It means did he have the time? Could he feasibly, is there a window of time where he could have committed that act that's missing from his timeline? If we don't have that, I'm sorry, but I can't buy it. That is purely speculative, and that's not what we're here for. Look, Rubber Ducky, you and I can go back and forth on this 1,000,001 times, but the fact of the matter is that we do not have anything placing him there. We are allowing ourselves to be taken off on a tangent, and what does that serve? It's the same thing as the fucking, who was that dipshit that everybody tried to pin the Teresa Hallbach murder on? Edward Wayne Edwards. Every fucking time somebody would bring that jackass up. Did you consider? No, I didn't, because I have to work with what I can see. And what I can see right now is that Gabby Petito is the case at hand. Whether he did these other two women or not, that will come to light later. But we're allowing ourselves to be dragged off the path with this other murder. Right now, we need to focus on this one. Okay? No, it is speculation, Rubber Ducky. Unless you have the kind of evidence that we have for Gabby Petito's disappearance, it is speculation. Yes, it is. By legal Definition, that is speculation. End of story. Moving on. I mean, we're allowed to disagree and what have you, but you know, I don't see his fingerprints in one of their cars. It's speculation he killed Rubber Ducky. My God. My God. Seriously? That's your response? It's speculation that he killed Gabby Petito too? He was her boyfriend. They were on a cross-country road trip together, alone. She goes missing. He doesn't tell anybody about it. He drives her car to his parents' home in Florida from Wyoming. Distance from Wyoming to Florida. A 31-hour drive. 31 hours in her car. Base, by the way. 31 hours in her car without her. That's not a oopsie daisy, I left my girlfriend at the gas station. 31 hours with his missing girlfriend in her car. With his girlfriend missing in her car. To his parents' home. Lawyered up immediately upon arrival. And then disappeared. That is not speculation. That is enough evidence to swear out a warrant. And that is spoken by an actual legal professional. Not just somebody who plays one on YouTube or Twitter. Missing since 8/13, camping at LaSalle, 15 minutes south of Moab. At the bar, KNC told friends about a creepy guy camped too close to them and that they would be moving. Family, neither woman would have been creeped out unless the guy was really creepy. The two were found by a friend searching near a creek, undressed from the waist down, assaulted and shot multiple times. Shot multiple times. So the MOs are completely different. Looking at the campsites miles away, mostly north, there's much that I found to say where B&G were. Can't definitively say they weren't near them, but it's so statistically unlikely and takes away from the investigation of who actually had done it. Thank you. Love you, Rhiannon. I know he did, but technically, until they charge him, we don't have anything but speculation. No, you don't have anything but speculation, Rubber Ducky. You don't have anything but speculation. Why is he not charged? Because I don't belong to the fucking law agency. I don't know. Ask them. Ask them why he has not been charged, because from where I'm sitting, there's plenty to charge him with. But here's what I do know about high profile cases, because I work in the fucking system. DAs are not going to charge on a case like this, on a high profile case like this, until they have got absolutely everything they can in hard evidence against him, collected, bagged, and tagged. And the reason why is they don't want him getting off on a technicality. That's why. They're doing their due diligence. Sometimes the cops do their job. Brian went back to Florida on the 13th of August. The two women were killed late at night. That's probably why the police say Brian is not a suspect. Thank you. I guess he thought he was going to get away with it somehow. He could have more easily if he didn't go home. That's actually accurate. He could have been anywhere else in the country, or rather another country. He had plenty of time and money to get a plane ticket the fuck out of here, or even just drive down to Mexico. Something. Trust and believe that Brian is a suspect, but they are waiting for the full autopsy before they will change it from homicide to murder. By the way, your favorite YouTuber thinks Gabby Petito was shot because of those evidence markers I sent you earlier this week. Fucking figures. And this is why yeah, Rhiannon actually was like, could you please do a live? Could you please do something about this? Because so many people are with their head up their ass. And she's saying, and this is why I got you involved. She told mama on y'all. Okay. Your sister came and ran and told mama. Now you go and sit in the corner and think about what you did. Yeah. The FBI? Somewhere around here, I got the FBI forensic manual. I don't just have books on serial killers. I have books on how they track the shit. Brian slipped away under their... Rubber ducky. Look, I try to be nice, and I try to be fair. I really do. I'm like a mama that way. But right now, you are digging your heels in like a burro. You know what a burro is? A burro is a donkey, otherwise known as a jackass. You're digging your heels in because you can't stand that your information is being refuted. And that's fine. But I'm not interested in playing these silly little games. If you were my son, I'd have you out doing yard work, and I live in an apartment complex. Honestly, at this point, you're pushing a point that is moot. It's moot. It's like talking to a brick wall. Yes, I am very rude. You must be new. I speak truth, and you are rude calling me names. No, honey, you don't speak truth. Truth is based in fact. It's based in fact. You are speaking speculative horse shit is what you're doing, Cupcake. And now you are on timeout, young man. You are on timeout. You don't come with this kind of bullshit to my channel. You come with facts. You come with research. You come with knowledge. I literally Bachelors of Science in Criminal Justice. Golden Key International Honor Society. I literally know what the fuck I'm talking about. You either match my fucking credentials or you go home. I don't play this stupid speculation bullshit game, child. You come with facts. You come with knowledge. You come with evidence, or you don't come to the party. That's how this works. You are in timeout. I don't play these games, people. I don't play these games. I don't know how many fucking times I got to tell you this shit. You must be new, rubber ducky. You must not have been around during the fucking heyday of making a murderer. There are plenty of YouTubers who came after me. There was one doing videos before my ass came along. One. And he didn't do them the way I do them. I am the originator. I'm the one who started it. I'm the one who started taking the evidence and ripping it apart on camera. What that degree means is that I've studied how cops are supposed to do their job. I know exactly how an investigation is supposed to go. I know how evidence is collected. I know what they need to press charges. I know what they need to get a search warrant. I know how a warrant is obtained, and I know how a warrant is supposed to be executed. Which is why I'm a fucking paralegal. I know what I do. I do this shit for a living 9 hours every day, 6 days a week, in a real fucking law firm with lawyers who actually go to court with my evidence. So before you come at me, you better come with something better than, well, but, because it ain't gonna fly with me, baby. Go to the purple-haired fucking Muppet for that shit. Nate, if you are crazy enough to be my secretary, baby, I can't pay for shit. Can make you a fucking sausage roll. About what I got. I'm barely fucking breaking even as it is. I am the originator, and I know what I'm fucking talking about. I knew what I was talking about even before I got that degree, but I got that degree because I kind of need that to go to law school. And might I add, I am the only fucking YouTuber who put my money where my mouth was and went to college and worked my ass off for 4 years. 4 years. Now 5. And 3 more are on the way. Jesus fuck, I'm crazy. Look, the timeline doesn't add up. If those women were killed in the evening and he was already, it doesn't add up. It doesn't. I'm sorry. It doesn't. Sorry to burst your bubble. I love that he was all pissy about me being rude. You must be new. Apparently you've never met me. I can already tell that there's going to be a shitstorm about this shit on Twitter. She was so mean to me. I'm even worse on Twitter, baby, because I got Dee Snider on my side. Yeah, I roll with the old gods. Good Lord. Look, kids, it's very simple. All right. I don't give a shit if it's Gabby Petito, if it's Mario Chavez, if it's Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey, if it's Scott Davis, if it's David Thorne. I don't care who it is. Okay. An investigation is supposed to be conducted a certain way. They are static across the board. Laws change or vary from state to state. But police procedure really doesn't. And the reason why is because police procedure is the result of hundreds of case and legal precedents. And it's almost static across the board throughout the states. Okay. And because of that, we can deduce that he murdered her. He ran. He's now hiding. And there's all the evidence in the world that says that he did. That's it. That's literally all of it. You know, there's no subtle nuances here. This is not one of those cases where there's a huge question mark. Okay. He was the last person to see her alive. We can't say the same thing about the two women who were also murdered in Utah. We don't know who the last person was to see them alive. Their local police will do their due diligence and hopefully catch the person who killed them. And my heart goes out to each and every person murdered every fucking day. I see this shit every single day. I see the effects of crime 9 hours a day, 6 days a week. Every day. Drunk driving, child abuse, aggravated assault, discharging a weapon, murder, manslaughter. I see it all daily, hourly, by the minute. It's not a world that a lot of you are armchair detectives, and I'm not saying this, to you guys specifically, but I'm saying this generally. You guys think it's so cool. Oh, I'm really into serial killers. It's like, motherfucker. In this book is the description of a serial killer who punctured a woman's lung with a broom handle through her vagina. Okay? It doesn't get more personal than that. Brian Landry doesn't strike me as a serial killer. He strikes me as an opportunistic domestic violence abuser who took it too far. That's what he strikes me as. Sorry if that hurts your butt. Check the first half of the info I sent you. It explains this. I did. I remember the day you said, right. That was a while back. I missed a lot. Can't wait for the replay. Sorry, babe. I do find it strange on 17 he flew out of SLC to Florida and then flew back to SL. Yo, Cinnamon. Shoot me a link on Twitter. Allegedly sent texts to her family as her. Allegedly, we don't have any proof of that. Until we get the time of death from the coroner, let's leave that alone. Hey, yo, what do you think you're doing? Everybody, I would like you to meet my new crime-fighting cat, Ivy, my chunk-a-monk. She is the sweetest little kitty there ever was, even if she is a spoiled little shit. There you go, baby. Yeah, they do have his DNA, so time will tell on the newlyweds, and that is when I will believe that this has anything to do with the price of tea in China. I just hope they find him and he gives. He's not going to give any answers. He's going to kill himself before they find him, or he's going to kill himself shortly after he's arrested. Like, it's actually kind of pathetic how predictable this is. I haven't found any corroborated evidence BL left GP other than hearsay. Has anyone found anything certain? Manner of death was announced as homicide, but cause is unknown to the public currently. T. Harp. Truth is stranger than fiction. For real, Nate. You don't know the shit. Nobody knows the troubles I've seen. This may very well have been premeditated prior to the trip. This guy's psyche seems quite off prior to the trip. It could be, but I doubt it. This beating to death is very much a crime of passion. It's very personal in nature, and it's usually very rarely do you see premeditated beatings like that. It's very rare. I'm not saying it's not possible. It's just rare. No DNA found on Kylan and Crystal as per family. All right, then there we go. To help his dad clean out the storage unit, he flew out, went home for 5 days, and then back to Gabby. He flew back to Florida supposedly the day before the other women were found, I think, then flew back. Oh, Salt Lake City. Thanks, Cinnamon. Oh, that's your mom. Okay. You don't have Twitter. I'm sorry. mamaphoenix@outlook.com. That's my email. You can shoot me a link on over there. But yeah, kids, I mean, when it comes to stuff like this, first and foremost, this isn't like the wrongful convictions that we usually do. Okay. This is an active murder investigation. Okay. The best help that you can be, if you really want to have any kind of an effect on this case, is rather than speculating or trying to investigate the murder itself, try to help the cops find his dumb ass. Try to help them find him. That's the best kind of help that you can be at this point. Plaster his picture so far and wide that he'll be fucking frog walked into the local precinct by Bigfoot. Okay? That's how you can help the police in an active murder investigation where the suspect is known but missing. You know, trying to investigate the murder itself, that's no help to anybody. The biggest help you can be right now is in helping the police find this son of a bitch. And that's really it. That's really all that you can do to actually have an effect on an active murder investigation. Yeah, I think it was a fight that went too far. Isn't it something? He claims to be environmentalist, but yet this wild goose chase in the animal refuge. Sightings people are posting. Oh, I'm sure, you know, people are still seeing fucking Elvis in a piece of toast. I'm not surprised. Just last week, they found him in the tortilla. Jesus was in a sopapilla last week. Yeah, except it's not natural. All right, kids. I love you all to death. I really do. I've been on here for about a little over an hour now. He is in there. I don't think he's alive. I don't think he is either. I can almost guarantee he killed himself. Like, who wants to place bets? Because I could definitely use the money. Flight attendant thought she saw him on a plane going to Canada. Of course she did. Of course she did. Of course she did. I doubt he'd get on a plane at this point, though. If you want to help, please share their story. Ask reporters to cover. Look at the camping apps, hashtags for people camping 8, 12, 18, LaSalle area. Not trying to investigate, just following this case. Find it really hard to believe that his parents kept it quiet and still say nothing. Oh, no, I realize you're not trying to investigate the case. I'm just saying, you know, that was more of a general thing, you know. I'm just saying the internet has elevated the way that things can be done. I don't think anybody really understands what this piece of technology right here, for fuck's sake, guys, I'm doing this video on a Microsoft Surface Pro 4. Okay, I can write on this fucking thing like it's a piece of paper. All right. Technology is amazing. It is absolutely amazing. We all walk around with a supercomputer in our fucking pocket all day, every day. This has changed the landscape of investigation. And nobody really understands that yet. You know, I'm very interested to see all the wrongful convictions that are going to come out. And this is why I get so upset with people that only want to pay attention to the wrongful convictions that have documentaries made about them. Because do you understand how much impact you could have on how many lives if you just quit paying attention to the famous ones? Sharing information, putting pressure on investigative bodies, disseminating information such as Brian Landry's picture and taking a picture of who you think is him to send to the FBI. Like, that kind of stuff really is the best use of this technology for what we like to do. This is why I get so upset with you guys only caring about the famous cases. Is you have the capability literally in the palm of your hand to affect immediate change for thousands of wrongfully convicted prisoners, for thousands of families who are hurting and missing their people, for hundreds of victims, hundreds and thousands of victims who haven't seen justice yet because their aggressor is gone. And you use it to talk about the same fucking cases and shoot out cat memes and dick pics. Is that the best use of your time? Is that the best use of your passion for this subject? I'm putting my passion for this subject on the line. I've gone balls to the wall and I have put all of my money in. Every last cent, every shred of my sanity into actually doing something about everything. And you guys want me to keep making videos about making a murderer. There's people who've never even been heard of, who don't have any help. And they're crying out for anybody to listen. And every time I bring up their name, because it's not Stephen Avery or Brendan Dassey, you don't care. It's a pity and it's a shame. But I won't let it deter me. Just means that I got to work that much harder. I'm up to the task. The toaster lady. Curious about the Florida sighting on a trail cam at night in the woods with a backpack. If you can find a picture of that, that'd be awesome. Look nothing like him other than a bald guy. Yeah, you're going to get a lot of those. Agree 100%. If it wasn't for the camper GoPro, they may still be looking for Gabby. So awesome hearing and seeing you, Casey. Thank you, Cinnamon. I want to help any way I can. Good. I like that energy. Let's keep going. And imagine if more people stopped gluing their eyes to garbage on that smart technology, the world would be so much better. Don't even get me started, Nate. We can help build a community here that cares. I'd like to think that we already started that 6 years ago with Mama's hatchlings, my minion army. You guys don't keep up with me as much as you should, but then again, I have been pretty busy lately. My apologies. Nate, anything you need, hit me up. Don't tell me that. I don't even know how to get a hold of you. Tag me on Twitter, for fuck's sake. They caught Gabby's van on video, turned over to FBI, located her body in 10 minutes. That is amazing. What are you doing, you little weirdo? I don't know what she's getting into. My cat is the weirdest cat ever. She plays fetch with hair ties and socks. Like she literally just picks up socks and tosses them in the air and goes and catches them. She's the weirdest fucking thing. I love this cat. She's such a dipshit. Oh, so you're gonna, you shithead. Making me find you on Twitter. There's blonde under all this red. What are you doing, you weirdo? There, now you've been followed by a me, Nate. I hope you feel special. Wanting to hear the case that is in your area. Okay, so the case in my area is called, well, you can find him on Twitter, as a matter of fact. His handle is life+25. So the word life, the word plus, and then the number 25. That was his sentence. Life plus 25 years. He's got a podcast. He has a blog. His name is Mario Chavez. And I got to tell you guys, from what I've read so far, APD outdid themselves. I'm a little worried about doing a case in my own backyard, specifically in a city where I live, and I'm looking at a police agency that I deal with daily. But then again, the law firm that I work for is kind of very well known, and so's the head of the law firm. So I think I'm pretty safe from any retraction or reprisals, retribution, as it were. But if anything happens to me, it was totally APD. It was totally Albuquerque police. But it's a very interesting case. You really should check it out. I suggest you look him up on Twitter. He's got a website on his Twitter bio where you can go and listen to his podcast. Fascinating stuff. And he does it himself by calling somebody, and they record the podcast, and that's how he does his episodes. And it's bad, guys. It's bad. It's really bad. It's bad. Wanting to hear the case in your area, there was a picture taken of a guy in the neighborhood walking barefoot who looked like him. He was known to go barefoot regularly. I go barefoot. If it's a guy who just looks like him, eyewitness testimony is notoriously faulty. Not really something that you want to hang your hat on unless we can get other independent evidence that can corroborate it. It's kind of useless. Pretty kitties. Oh my God. Ivy is a trip, man. She's so weird. Can a family hire a lawyer for a relative? Yes. We do it all the time at work. Like you get it a lot when they're incarcerated and their girlfriend or their wife or their mother or somebody will come down and, sign the paperwork and pay the retainer. He's probably a lot further than the neighborhood now, though. Was he walking down a main street? I may have heard it after all. There are just so many sightings. No update, though. The guy walking had a tattoo, and Brian does not. Thank you. I thought it was in his neighborhood near his home. Do you have any idea how many bald people are in Florida? Wasn't sure if they needed power of attorney. No, if you need to hire an attorney for a relative, you do not need power of attorney. But understand that, okay, so this is something that I try to explain to people a lot. If you are hiring an attorney for a relative, that relative, I don't give a shit who pays. The person who is the client is the client. You are not the client. I don't give a shit if you paid it or not. The person who's being represented is the client. So you can do it without power of attorney, but you have no idea how many fucking times I have to explain to people, I can't tell you that. You're not our client. Well, but I paid. I don't give a shit. I don't have a release from him to talk to you. I could lose my job. My boss could lose his license if I tell you anything. You want me to talk to you, tell your buddy to sign a release, and then I can talk to you. Can co-conspirators have the same lawyer? They can, but there has to be a release of conflict signed by all of the co-conspirators. Not usual. That's not a normal thing. Usually lawyers won't do co-conspirators. There's a lot of liability in it. It's messy, very messy. But the guy that had the tattoo on his arm was a him. That guy had black pants and purple shirt, flip-flops. Okay, I was just wondering about an update on the sightings. Thanks. I keep seeing the same stories with no updates. That's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. That's just the way that it is. I don't know what to tell you. It's kind of difficult. All right, kids. I love you. I mean it. But I am exhausted. It was a long fucking week at work. We've got one really big case coming up for trial here in the next couple months. And that means trial prep starts now, which is a bitch. And between that and gearing up for my next term, I'm exhausted. You might notice that my house is a bit messy and whatnot. But yeah, It's been a long fucking week, man. But I'll tell you what, for the first time in my life, I am living the dream. And I'm not saying that in a sarcastic way. I really, really love what I do for a living. I really love every person that I work with. I am working with some amazing people that really know their stuff. And it is just absolutely amazing to be working with such amazing and skilled and talented people. And I'm learning so much. I'm learning so much. And I realize how blessed I am. I realize that you know I've worked my ass off to get to where I am, but sometimes hard work isn't enough. Sometimes you got to go with a little bit of luck and a little bit of grit, and I've got plenty of both. That's for fucking sure. But yeah, it's been a hell of a ride, and it's only going to get better. But I'm exhausted. I want to go to bed. Plus, I'm going to work again tomorrow because I'm a crazy person. What it is I've got so much work I've got to get done, and it's so hard to do it during the work week when the phones are ringing and the fires are needing to be put out and all of that. And going in on Saturdays when I don't have to answer the phone, when the courts aren't open and we don't have clients just waltzing into the office, it's really the only time that I get a whole lot of shit done in a single day. So it's definitely later than I would like. Holy shit balls. Yeah, it's 11 o'clock. Holy Christ. Let's see. Can an out-of-state non-criminal defense attorney represent a person charged with murder? Yes. But that person needs to file a motion with the court to allow him to represent a person charged with murder. And in some states, you are required to engage a local law firm to oversee you. It depends. All photos so far are not him. Thank you. I will look on Twitter. Nice to see you again. Glad you're back. Thank you. Good night, all. You've done a lot of hard work to get to where you are. Congrats for going for what you want. Thank you, sweetheart. It's been a long fucking road. I can't wait to watch the replay. Casey, I've subbed and set notification. Hope I catch the next live from you. You will. So proud of you. So glad you're happy. Have a great night. And thank you. The kids are doing amazing, Aaron. They're doing so good. It's amazing. You deserve praise for your tenacious appetite to accomplish your goals. I'd settle for a cheesecake at this point. All right, kids. I love you all so very much. Don't forget to subscribe to me here on YouTube. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, Mama Phoenix 6. And if you boogie on over to the About page on my channel, you'll find everything from my Facebook fan page to my Pinterest boards. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you soon.